Hello, 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 hello. Rebecca Magic Love here. Magic love. Love is magic. Everything comes from love, even the magic. So I was sitting here with my cards, and I just was doing some readings. And I decided that I'm really digging the momentum here. I've been sharing a lot of readings lately. And it's really helpful for me. And if I'm only helping myself, then I'm doing enough. But I've really enjoyed sitting here with you all and doing the collective readings. Thank you for the love. I'm receiving it and reflecting it right back to you tenfold. So, like I said, I've really been enjoying sitting with you all and being together while doing these readings. It's really been helpful for me. I hope that it's been as helpful for all of you. I hope that it's at least just been enjoyable in one way or another. Whatever joy you get out of it is my joy, too. So I'm just putting my cards back in the deck here from a personal reading that I did. Para mí. And I would love to pull one card. We could start there, and if anything else wants to come up, I'm happy to keep going. So whatever you're feeling today, whatever hopes you're holding in your heart, whatever fears you're holding in your head, whatever themes you see reoccurring in your mind's eye, acknowledge those in this moment with as much presence as you can. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let it all go. Smack yourself in the face one time. Or throw some water over yourself. Go outside, Sedona. There's a monsoon happening right now. But just be present. Just call in as much of your presence as you can and acknowledge those themes that you're holding in your being, in your mind, in your heart. Really acknowledge it with all of your presence that you've just called in. And then let it go. Let it go. What is your intention now? Maybe we can just synchronize to a basic intention that we should always be holding, which is our individual and collective inner peace and a world in our physical reality that is a reflection of that. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. All right. So your energies are all in here now, as are mine. What do you want to show us in this moment as we are on this profound life journey and we are going through some pretty heavy stuff? We're experiencing some cosmic turbulence, huh? So what's the message that's wanting to be revealed today? Let's see. It's this one. Wow. Okay, it's the Seven of Swords, and this came up in my reading, actually, that I just did for myself. When I started this video, I was putting the cards back in the deck, and yeah, this was one of them for me. The Seven of Swords. Okay, so the swords is the mind, it's mentality. So we know it's got to do with our thoughts and our beliefs. And our thoughts create our reality. So I want to talk about what this is saying about our thoughts and our minds and our mental programs that we have going on right now, and how that relates to what we're building currently. And this will be relevant to your individual reality as well as our collective reality, because we are the microcosm to the macrocosm, right? So the Seven of Swords is about treading carefully. Look at the image. He's looking over his shoulder. He's tiptoeing. So with this card, as with every card, there are multiple faces. The two main faces are these. Are you feeling like you're needing to be too careful, like you're walking on eggshells in a way that doesn't feel good? Like you're having to make sure that you're not being deceived? And I'm going to put it like this. Who are we protecting ourselves from? Who are we afraid might be deceiving us? There's none other but the self, right? Quite literally. So ultimately, we have power over our thoughts, and no one can make us think or believe anything unless we accept it as our personal truth. So whatever you're afraid of as far as being deceived by an other, what are you really afraid of? Are you afraid of deceiving yourself? Are you afraid that you're going to allow something in that is not for your highest good? Well, worrying about that is only going to bring about that situation. When we worry, we manifest our worries. Our thoughts are our prayers. And the other side of this card is, okay, maybe it's time to sort of walk on eggshells, but in a more positive way. Maybe it's time to call in our fullest presence so that we can be extra careful and aware of what we're allowing into our mental program. Really being careful with each and every thought that we choose, because each and every thought that we choose to welcome in to our program is going to reflect into our material reality. So right now, what this tells me about the connection from our mind to our physical world is that we're at a time where we're rebuilding. That's clear. That's been clear from my spiritual statistics, my collective readings data. So we're at this time where we are rebuilding, and this card is telling us to remember to tread carefully. Really be mindful. Be strategic with every step. And each step begins with each thought, because our thoughts become things. So as you rebuild your world, first of all, remember that we're living from the inside out, not the other way around. It begins here. So don't only be careful about what you're strategically planning for yourself in your physical world, your physical situation in our material reality, but remember that it starts in here. And remember to be strategic in here. Be discerning. Don't be deceiving. Don't accept the worry and the obsession of being deceived. Instead, focus on the positivity that comes with really being present with each and every thought, which leads to our actions. Replace the worries of maybe I'm worried that I might take the wrong step. I might take a step in the wrong direction. Somebody might try to deceive me into doing that. What if I make the wrong decision? Don't worry so much about it, because we're going to manifest our worries, right? Because our thoughts become things. So instead, replace those thoughts with a plan. And you don't need to have the whole plan. Take it one step at a time, but one careful step at a time. And trust in your each and every step. Remember that the major arcana, the first 21 cards of the deck, are always at the forefront of our mind. They're always the first cards we can pull out of our tool belt. All of these faces are always within us at all times, and especially those major arcana are always right at the forefront, like I said. So remember the Fool card and that Zero card. It's the number 0, the Fool, and this is because the Fool wants to back up every single card. The Fool card is the ultimate trust and faith in Creator. And also Temperance, trust in right timing and divine order in the universe. All of those lessons are really powerful when navigating the minor arcana, like this one. If we have that Fool card, that Fool face, that archetype activated within us, and we have that Temperance archetype activated within us, we have these truths present in our minds always, then we understand that worry would not be the best way of embodying this archetype here. We know that although it's a time to tread carefully, everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be more than all right. There's a divine design unfolding always, and there's no escaping that. Everything's going to happen in the perfect timing, no matter what. So you can walk with that trust and that faith and know that now is just it's specifically a time for being aware of this archetype and embodying it. It's time to really be strategic and careful about what we are allowing into our mind, because it comes into creation in our physical reality. I would love to hear your thoughts about how this is relating to your life right now. Are you maybe embarking on a new journey? Are you creating a plan or a strategy to carry out some project, to manifest something maybe you've been wanting to manifest for a long time? Are you going through some confusion? Are you experiencing a little back and forth? Are you maybe from that confusion creating anxieties or worries in your mind because you're not really sure which way to go, or which step to take first? Or the first thing is to remember that your worries are not going to do anything for you. First, start with the trust and the faith and the knowing that everything is in its right order. And then when you have that faith solid, then you can understand this archetype of just needing to choose carefully, that's all. Know that it's okay to sit with it and think about it and move slowly. Be honest with yourself and do what feels right, whatever that is in any moment. Whether that's consistently the same thing or it changes, honor that. And know that if you take a step in one direction and you say, oh shit, I don't want to move in this direction, that's okay. Don't waste time beating yourself up. It was for a reason, right? Because everything happens for a reason. Every little thing. So then you take a step in the other direction, in the direction you realize you really want to be moving in. And you know that all along you have been taking every step in the right direction, no matter what that direction actually looks like. Because in each moment you were following your heart. And your heart's direction is the realest direction. And it will never lead you astray. It will never lead you down the wrong path. It just can't. It won't. That's a part of our divine design. So honor that. Tread carefully. Just be present with what your heart really wants. And then carry out the plan. So I'd love to hear, again, I'd love to hear your feedback. Where are you at with this? How does this relate to you, if it does at all? Do you feel that you are moving in the right direction right now? Do you feel confused at all? If you need guidance, I'd love to help. I'd love to pull cards for you. Let me know. I've been pulling cards every day for myself. Sometimes I don't pull cards for myself for days. And then sometimes, boom, I'm pulling them maybe multiple times a day for that extra guidance and confirmation, reassurance. So I'm here to offer that to you in service with so much love. So the Seven of Swords, what does that mean for you in this present moment? That's what I want to know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shabbat Shalom. It's almost over. And the rains are pouring here in the desert. I'm just so happy to be here with you. All right. More to come tonight. Feeling a little science of mind coming up, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you do, because when you subscribe, you get updates when I get that random inspiration to upload a video. You might miss one or two videos if you are not subscribed yet. So go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. You just search the name Rebecca Magic. All right, you guys. Enjoy wherever you are. Blessings abound. Until next time.